So, good afternoon to all of you. In the previous session, we discussed the series DC circuit and the parallel DC circuit. We have the quick revision on that main characteristics of a series and the parallel DC circuit. Am I right? So, let's try to discuss about the main characteristic of a series DC circuit. The current in each resistance or resistor is the same. In the series circuit, the total resistance of a circuit is equal to sum of individual resistance plus internal resistance of a cell, if any. The voltage drop across any resistor is directly proportional to the resistance of that resistor. Is it okay? Then the total resistance of a circuit is always more than largest resistance in the circuit, and the applied voltage is equal to sum of voltage drop across each resistances. These are the main characteristics of a series DC circuits are there. Similarly, we will try to have the revision of the main characteristic of the parallel DC circuit. The voltage across each resistance is the same, means we say that voltage across any parallel branch is always same. The total current in the circuit is sum of individual parallel branch current. Okay. The reciprocal of a total resistance is equal to sum of reciprocal of individual resistances. Then the current through any parallel branch is inversely proportional to its resistance. And the total resistance of a parallel circuit is always less than the smallest resistance of that circuit is that. I think in the previous session we discussed up to this point. Is it right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's have that application of a parallel DC circuit. As we know that in the parallel DC circuit, the current is divided, but the voltage is the same. So that if you see that the limitation, if you try to remember the limitation of a series circuit, all the limitations of the series circuits are overcome in the parallel DC circuit is there. So what is the limitation of a first limitation of a series circuit? When there is any break occurs at any part of the circuit, that entire circuit become useless. But here I can say that if a break occurs in a parallel DC circuit, only that particular branch will not work. The other branches will work effectively. This is the second application of the parallel DC circuit is there. See that. Even if one of the component is faulty, the current can still pass through the circuit is there. And if you remember that the limitation of a series DC circuit, the different current rating equipments we cannot connect it in a series circuit. But that limitation is also overcome in the parallel circuit, because we know that the current can be divided in a parallel DC circuit. So the different current rating equipments is always connected in a parallel circuit is there. For example, our domestic wiring system. As we know that for our domestic purpose, we use that fan, tube, refrigerator, television, many more things, many application, many appliances we use for our domestic purpose. And all these appliances are different current rating appliances are there. Means the requirement of a fan is different. Requirement of a current of a fan is different. Requirement of a current of a television is different. The tube is different. So that whatever that electrical appliances we use for domestic purpose, all the appliances are connected in a parallel only. We cannot connect it in a series, because their current rating equipment is a, or current rating is a different thing is that. This is the major application of the parallel DC circuit is that. Is it clear? So you can read it. The different current rating devices, equipment or elements are always connected in a parallel circuit. For example, all appliances used for domestic purpose are connected in a parallel. And the second, if even if one of the component is faulty, the current can still pass through the circuit is there. I can give the explanation about that. The second one part is there. Let's have the some little bit more explanation about that. Just consider that. Where is the point? 1 minute. If suppose I consider that one parallel circuit, this is a DC source, this is a one resistor, this one is another resistor, and this one is the third resistor. Suppose I say that this is R1, this is R2, and this is R3, and this is a voltage source V. This is a parallel circuit. Why I say that these are three resistors are connected in parallel? But if you see that one terminal of R1, one terminal of R2, and one terminal of R3 is connected to the one common point. Similarly, other terminal of R1, other terminal of R2, and other terminal of R3 is connected to another common point. That's why there are so many paths are available to the flow of current, so that we say that R1, R2, R3 are connected in parallel, and the external battery is connected across this parallel combination. Now the second application what they have provided, even if one of the component is a faulty, the current can still pass through it. Suppose just assume that here resistor R3 is get opened due to some problem. Resistor R3 is get open means we say that it's a burnout. It means that only that no current will flow through that resistor R3, but still R1 and this R2 is still exist in the circuit. It means that current can easily flow through R1 and R2. This is the meaning of a second application is there. But is it the case in a series circuit? In the series circuit, if one of the part is get broken or open, that entire circuit becomes zero and the circuit current is zero. But in the parallel circuit, that drawback is overcome. If one of the part is broken or open, the current will not flow through that broken part only, but the current can easily flow through the healthy branches. So these R1 and R2 we call it healthy branches. म्हणजे जसं की आपल्या घरामध्ये मी सांगितलं की फॅन, टेलिव्हिजन, ट्यूब, रेफ्रिजरेटर, ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर कनेक्टेड इन पॅरलल. मग घरामध्ये असं कधी प्रकार घडतो का हो की फॅन बंद पडला की सगळेच बाकीचं बंद पडतंय? नाही. लक्ष देताय? म्हणजे जरी फॅन हा ओपन झाला किंवा त्याच्यामध्ये कुठेतरी ब्रेक झाला तर बाकी टेलिव्हिजन, आपली ट्यूब, आपलं रेफ्रिजरेटर हा चालू असतोय. दॅट इज द मेजर application of the parallel DC circuit is that. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what are the limitation of a parallel DC circuit? As we know that in the parallel circuit, the voltage across any parallel branch is same. It means that different voltage devices we cannot connect it in a parallel circuit. म्हणजे माझ्याकडे असे 3 एलिमेंट आहेत. एका एलिमेंटला 5 व्होल्ट लागते, दुसऱ्या एलिमेंटला 10 व्होल्ट लागते आणि तिसऱ्या एलिमेंटला 15 व्होल्ट लागते. कॅन वी कनेक्ट all these 3 elements in a parallel? Of course no. Why no? Because the parallel circuit property gives that the voltage across any parallel branch is same. आणि मला तर इथं डिफरंट व्होल्टेज लागतंय, म्हणजे डिफरंट voltage rating equipments we cannot connect it in a parallel. जसं की सेरीज सर्किटचं लिमिटेशन आहे. मग तुम्ही कायम अभ्यास करताना असा कंपॅरेटिव्हली अभ्यास करायचा की जेणेकरून तुम्हाला तो पॉइंट व्यवस्थित क्लिअर होईल. इट्स राईट. सो दिस इज द लिमिटेशन ऑफ the parallel circuit. Different voltage rating devices cannot be connected in a parallel circuit. Simple thing is that. Okay. And another thing is that as compared to the series circuit, the parallel circuit is little bit complicated. I say that little bit complicated to design part, design point of view is that. Is it right? This is the second limitation. And then we will go to the next point. But before going to that next point, let me try to compare, let me try to put that one fact in front of you so that your concept about that series and parallel circuit will be clear. So see that here, let me consider that let me take that the pen. Okay, here I can consider that this one is series circuit and this one is parallel circuit. This is the short form of a circuit. Okay, now we know that when the resistances are connected end to end, so that there is only one common path to the flow of current. Is it right? When they are connected end to end. Forget about this line. Here I say that R1, R2 and R3 are connected end to end so that there is only one path. It means that if you check it, in between R1 and R2, there is one common point and that common point is not connected to any another branch. In between R2 and R3, there is one common point and that common point is not connected to any another branch. It means that resistor R1, R2, R3 are connected in series and they are connected across a battery of V volt. And in the parallel circuit, when we say that, if I consider that this is a resistor R1, this is a resistor R2, and this one is resistor R3. If one end of R1, R2, R3 is connected to one common point, say point A, and other end of these three resistor is connected to another common point, say point B, so that there is a number of paths are available to the flow of current, then we say that these three resistors are connected in parallel. And another point is that when these two common point, when it is connected to that external supply, that time we say that this is called as a parallel DC circuit. Is there? Is it right? Now the number one point is that in the series circuit, the total resistance can be calculated just by doing the addition of individual resistances R1 plus R2 plus R3. Is it right? And what is the formula for the total resistance in a parallel circuit? The reciprocal of total resistance of a parallel circuit, which is equal to sum of reciprocal of individual resistances. This is the formula for, is it right? The total resistance is there. Number 2 point is that in the series circuit, current I is same for all the resistances. Means same current will flow through the all the resistances is there. And here what is same? The voltage V across all the resistances is same. Means voltage across R1, voltage across R2 and voltage across R3 is same. Then third point is that voltage is divided in the series circuit. Depends upon voltage is divided. It means that voltage across R1 we say that it's a V1, voltage across R2 is we say that V2, voltage across R3 we say that it's a V3. And in the parallel circuit, what is divided? Current is divided. Current is divided. Is it right? Means we say that current flowing through that R1 is I1, current flowing through that R2 is I2, and current flowing through that R3 is a I3. Is it right? So these are the major difference between series circuit and parallel circuit. If you have the doubt, definitely I will always welcome your doubt is there. Yes, please. Or You can want to put any another differential point, you can put it here so that I can write it down. Is it clear to all? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
No problem? Okay. Let me go to that, the next point here. Let's we move towards the series and parallel DC circuit. Okay. So now consider that the first 2 points are very important, series DC circuit and the parallel DC circuit. Now the third type of a DC circuit, we call it a series parallel DC circuit, and it is a combination. म्हणजे हे काही नवीन पार्ट नाही आहे, that is the combination of series and the parallel DC circuit. So there is no new thing we have to learn in the circuit, but again we need to concentrate over here. Is that get it my point? So let's consider that three resistances R1, R2 and R3, and they are connected across a battery of V volt as shown in figure. Just consider that these two resistors, if one end of these two resistor is connected to one common point and other end of these two resistor is connected to another common point, then how these two resistors are connected?
Parallel.
Parallel to one another. And now if one resistor is connected in a series with that parallel combination, आता हा series मध्ये कसा होऊ शकतो? If you see that these two resistors are connected in parallel, because we say that one terminal is connected to one common point and another terminal is connected to another common point. Let's we give that the label here R1, R2 and R3. Is it right? But why I say that R1 is in series with this parallel combination? Because in between R1 and this parallel combination, this is a common point. Is it right? This is a common point, and this common point is not connected to any another branch. That's why I say that R1 is in series with this R2 and R3 parallel combination. So that here if you just check the diagram, R2 and R3 are in parallel and R1 is in series with this parallel combination. So that we call it is a series parallel combination is there. Then how the current it will flow? Suppose I say that I ampere of current, it starts its journey from positive terminal of a battery, then definitely it start to flow, okay? Then I ampere of current, it flows through that R1. What value of current it flows through that R1? It's a I ampere. But when, if you see that, when this current, it comes at this point, I say that this is a point A. When the current, it comes at point A, now the current has its two different paths. Some part of a current it flows through that R2 and some part of a current it flows through that R3. Is it right? It means that this R2 and R3 current is divided and their two ends are connected to two common points, so that we call it these two resistors are connected in parallel. But again at point B, these two currents are again meet at this point. Let's we assume that current I1 and I2, and when this current it flows, definitely this current again it meet at a point B, and once again the current I, it flows towards the negative terminal of a battery. In this way the current can flow through the circuit is there. Get it my point? And now based on this concept, we need to apply both the things, series concept as well as parallel concept, to calculate that everything related to this series parallel DC circuit is there. Let's we have the more details about it. If you try to read that the last line here, R2 and R3 are connected in parallel and R1 is connected in series with the parallel combination of R2 and R3. A battery of V volt is connected in series and in series to the parallel combination. Is it right? Now just consider that this series parallel DC circuit. If I want to calculate the total resistance of this series parallel combination, आता याचा टोटल रेजिस्टन्स कसा कॅल्क्युलेट करायचा? But we know that here R2 and R3 are connected in parallel, so we can easily calculate that by using this formula 1 upon RP. RP means parallel circuit resistance, which is equal to 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. This is the formula for to calculate the total resistance of a parallel circuit. Means with this formula we can calculate that RP here, and this RP is the total resistance of a parallel combination. Once we can calculate that RP, so this RP is in a series with this R1, so that our total resistance we can calculate by using that formula. R total is equal to R1 plus RP. Is there any doubt? If you have the doubt, please raise that doubt. Okay, then let's have again the discussion about that series parallel circuit. Now if you see that in this circuit, we can write it down that number of the equation. If you see that the current I, it starts its journey from positive terminal when this current I meet at a point A. I say that this is a point A. Is it right? When the current meet at a point A, this current is divided into two parts. So based on that, can I write the total current I is equal to I1 plus I2? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I want to calculate the voltage drop across that R1, आता इथं माझा एक प्रश्न आहे तुमच्यासाठी की आपल्याला जर सर्किट जर बघितलं, this is called as a total voltage. Is this total voltage is available for R1? Yes or no? प्रश्न लक्षात येतोय का बघा? हे टोटल व्होल्टेज, हे सगळंच्या सगळं टोटल व्होल्टेज हे R1 ला फक्त अवेलेबल होत आहे का?
नाही सर.
बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे R1 च्या अक्रॉस काही व्होल्टेज जाणार आणि R2 आणि R3 या पॅरलल कॉम्बिनेशनच्या अक्रॉस काही व्होल्टेज जाणार. बरोबर आहे, कारण R2 आणि R3 हे पॅरलल आहेत, म्हणजे त्याच्या अक्रॉस हे सेम व्होल्टेज असणार आहे. लेट मी क्लिअर दिस. आता तुम्ही त्याचा स्टडी कसा करायचा आहे तुम्ही? व्हेन आय से दॅट दिस इज द टोटल व्होल्टेज V, तर हे दोन टोटल व्होल्टेज कोणत्या दोन पॉइंट मध्ये कनेक्ट केले आहे बघा. इथला एक पॉइंट आहे आणि इथला एक पॉइंट आहे. म्हणजे लेट मी कन्सिडर दॅट दिस इज अ पॉइंट P अँड दिस इज अ पॉइंट Q. म्हणजे हे जे काही टोटल व्होल्टेज आहे ते या दोन पॉइंट मध्ये अप्लाय केलेलं आहे. मग या दोन पॉइंट मध्ये अप्लाय केल्यानंतर या R1 च्या अक्रॉस काही व्होल्टेज ड्रॉप होईल आणि या पॅरलल कॉम्बिनेशनच्या अक्रॉस काही व्होल्टेज ड्रॉप होईल. बघा कन्सेप्ट लक्षात येतोय का? मग when I want to calculate the voltage across R1, हे कसं कॅल्क्युलेट करणार? मग त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला त्यामधून फ्लो होणारा करंट किती आहे, R1 मधून फ्लो होणारा करंट किती आहे इथं? I एम्पियर. मग I एम्पियर हा करंट आहे, R1 हा त्याचा रेजिस्टन्स आहे. कॅन यू कॅल्क्युलेट दॅट व्होल्टेज अक्रॉस दॅट R1 by applying Ohm's law? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So V1 is nothing but the current flowing to that resistor is I and the resistance of that resistor. Are you clear my point? So this is the voltage across the resistor R1. Now we know that how much current is flowing through that R2? It's I1. Is it right? मग आता जर आपल्याला याच्या अक्रॉसचा व्होल्टेज ड्रॉप काढायचा आहे, R2 च्या अक्रॉसचा व्होल्टेज ड्रॉप, तर तो कसा काढू शकतो? त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला V2 इज इक्वल टू, आता इथं थोडंसं मिस्टेक झालेलं आहे बघा, V2 इज इक्वल टू I1 इंटू R2. कारण I तिथं करंट फ्लो होत नाही, तिथं कोणता करंट फ्लो होतोय? I1 करंट फ्लो होतोय. म्हणजे I1 करंट आपल्याला माहित आहे, R2 चा रेजिस्टन्स आपल्याला माहित आहे, तर आपण ओहम्स लॉ न आपण V2 कॅल्क्युलेट करू शकतो. म्हणजे रेजिस्टन्स व्होल्टेज अक्रॉस रेजिस्टर R2 कॅल्क्युलेट करू शकतो. सिमिलरली आता जर मला व्होल्टेज अक्रॉस रजिस्टर R3 कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं आहे. मग ते असणार आहे V3. इज इट राईट? सो हाऊ आय कॅन कॅल्क्युलेट दॅट V3? मग त्यातून फ्लो होणारा करंट कोणता आहे हो? दॅट इज नथिंग बट व्हॉट?
I2.
I2. So apply that Ohm's law. Current flowing to that resistor is a I2. Resistance of that resistor is a R3, which is equal to V3. But if you remember the main characteristic of a parallel circuit, what you can say about that V2 and V3? Hey, V2 काय आहे बघा? V2 is the voltage across resistor R2. V3 काय आहे बघा? Voltage across resistor R3. मग आपल्याला काय कन्सेप्ट माहित आहे? R2 आणि R3 हे कसे कनेक्ट केलेले आहेत? पॅरलल मध्ये कनेक्ट केलेले आहेत. आणि आपल्याला मेन कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक काय सांगते की जर रेजिस्टन्स हे पॅरलल मध्ये कनेक्ट केलेले असतील तर त्याच्या अक्रॉस सेम व्होल्टेज असलं पाहिजे. इट मीन्स दॅट कॅन आय से दॅट this R2 and R3 are connected in parallel. It means that we say that V2 is equal to V3. लक्षात येतोय कन्सेप्ट? त्याच्यासाठी मी तुम्हाला काय सांगितलेलं आहे, तुमच्या मेन कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक ह्या एकदम फिट असल्या पाहिजे. ज्यावेळेस तुमच्या प्रत्येक फक्त एक दोन मेन कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक नाही म्हणत नाही, सगळ्या मेन कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक ज्यावेळेस तुम्हाला क्रिस्टल क्लिअर होतील त्यावेळेस तुम्ही एन्जॉय करू शकणार आहे या सर्किटच्या बाबतीमध्ये. गेट इट माय पॉइंट? एनी डाउट रिलेटेड टू दिस सिरीज पॅरलल सर्किट? इफ यू हॅव द डाउट प्लीज रेज द डाउट. बघा मी प्रत्येक वेळेस तुम्हाला डाऊट विचारण्यासाठी टाइम देतोय, बिकॉज इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड दॅट युअर कन्सेप्ट शुड बी मोर क्लिअर थ्रू दिस डिस्कशन. इज दॅट yes or no? Okay, now let me take that the few example here. All of you please try to draw the diagram along with me, then we will try to solve that some examples. Suppose, draw the diagram along with me. Here I consider that one circuit and these are the resistances. Here I say that it is a 2 ohm, 4 ohm, 5 ohm, and this is about 10 volt. Now can anybody give me that how these three resistors are connected?
In a
Series combination.
series combination.
How you can give the proof for that?
Because one end of series, one end of a resistance connected to another end of resistance.
Okay,
And
anybody?
there is only one path for flow of current.
Absolutely correct. Any another thing? एक पॉइंट फक्त अजून एक राहिलाय बघा जो तुम्ही मिस झालेला आहे तुमच्याकडून.
कॉमन पॉइंट ला दुसरी अनदर ब्रांच कनेक्ट.
Absolutely correct. It means that in between R 2 ohm and 4 ohm, this is a common point, and this common point is not connected to any another branch. And in between 4 ohm and the 5 ohm, this is a common point. म्हणजे फक्त सिरीज सर्किट मध्ये एकच कॉमन पॉइंट असतो आणि तो कॉमन पॉइंट दुसरा कुठेही कनेक्ट झालेला नसला पाहिजे. And because of that, there is only one path to the flow of current. Now we want to calculate. मला वाटतं सगळ्यांनी डायग्राम ड्रॉ केलेली असावी. We want to calculate the two things. One, we have to calculate the total resistance of a circuit, and the second, we have to calculate the total current of a circuit. Now, as we know that these three resistors are connected in a series, so we try to calculate the total resistance. How you can calculate the total resistance? We have that formula R1 plus R2 plus R3 for series circuit. Now it becomes 2 plus 4 plus 5. 5 plus 4, 9, 10, 11 ohm. This is the R total. Is it right? Now the total resistance, we know that. What is the value of total voltage? The total voltage is of 10 volt. Is it right? So can you calculate the total current? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Apply Ohm's law. Ohm's law is I is equal to V divided by आर टोटल. आता हा फॉर्म्युला कोणाच्या लक्षात राहत नसेल तर फक्त असं लिहा V इज इक्वल टू I इंटू आर टी. तुम्हाला हा फॉर्म्युला मे बी कम्फर्टेबल वाटत असेल. दोन्ही म्हणजे एकच आहे बघा, कारण आपल्याला कॅल्क्युलेट करायचा आहे I, म्हणून मी I इकडे घेतला, ही सॉरी I इथं ठेवला, आर टोटल मी इकडे ट्रान्सफर केला, सो दॅट I इज इक्वल टू V डिवाइडेड बाय आर टोटल. किंवा मग तुम्ही हाच फॉर्म्युला फक्त लक्षात ठेवा कायम, V is equal to I into R total. Now the total voltage is 10. We have to calculate, and the total resistance right now we calculate. So that I is equal to what? 10.
0.909.
10 divided by
0.99.
909.
0.99. ओके, म्हणजे हा एवढा करंट बघा किती करंट फ्लो होतोय, 0.99 एम्पियर. मग आता मला काय म्हणायचं आहे, तर तुम्ही त्या 3 रेजिस्टरच्या अक्रॉसचा व्होल्टेज ड्रॉप काढू शकता का? येस ऑर नो? If I want to calculate the voltage across 2 ohm resistance, if I consider that it's V1, this is the V2, and this is a V3, how you can calculate that V1? V1 कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं. आता V1 कशासाठी पकडलाय आपण, 2 ओमच्या अक्रॉसचा व्होल्टेज पकडलेला आहे. मग त्यातून फ्लो होणारा करंट माहित असला पाहिजे आणि त्याची रेजिस्टन्सची व्हॅल्यू माहित असली पाहिजे. ओम्स लॉस मी अप्लाय करतोय बघा, दुसरा कुठलाही अप्लाय लॉ अप्लाय करत नाही. मग त्यातून फ्लो होणारा करंट किती आहे इथं, 0.99 इनटू त्याचा रेजिस्टन्स किती आहे, 2. गिव्ह मी दॅट. V1 इज इक्वल टू, so it becomes 1.98 volt. Okay, now calculate that V2. V2 is the voltage across 4 ohm resistance. I into R2. It becomes 0.99 multiplied by R2 is 4 ohm. So that V2 is equal to
3.96.
3.96.
then V3, which is nothing but I into R3. So that I is 0.99 into R3 is 5 ohm. So that V3 is equal to
4.95.
4.95 volt. Oh, no. बघा इथं माझ्याकडून ओम लिहिलं गेलेलं आहे, इथं ऍक्च्युअली काय पाहिजे, व्होल्टेज आहे ते. आता पुन्हा सिरीज सर्किटचा कन्सेप्ट अप्लाय करूया. व्हॉट द मेन कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ अ सिरीज सर्किट सेज दॅट V इज इक्वल टू V1 प्लस V2 प्लस V3. हे आपण क्रॉस चेक करतोय, बरोबर आलंय का नाही ते चेक करूया आपण. सो V1 इज व्हॉट, 1.98, V2 इज व्हॉट, 3.96, and V3 is equal to what, 4.95. So what is the value of V?
10.89.
10.89.
89. आता तुम्ही म्हणसाल की इथं जे एक्सपेक्टेड व्हॅल्यू आहे 10 आहे, मग इथं 10 व्होल्टच का आली नाही, 89 का जास्त झाली, तर त्याचं पण रिझन आहे. त्याचं रिझन काय आहे, तर त्याचं रिझन आहे की आपलं कॅल्क्युलेशन मधली ॲक्युरेसी. आता तुम्हाला इथं या ठिकाणी जर थोडंसं बघितलं तर तुम्हाला हे 2 डिजिट मध्ये करंट मिळालेलं नसेल, तो 3-4 डिजिट मध्ये करंट मिळालेला असेल, बरोबर आहे? येस और नो?
सर 0.90
90 येत आहे का?
99.
Yes, sir.
मग हे 99 तुम्हीच सांगितलं की मला.
नाही सर, 0.99 येतं.
ओके म्हणजे मग मला नाही, इट्स माय प्रॉब्लेम. I have not heard you that the things very clearly. So that current is 90. Is it right? 0.90. असंच आहे ना?
येस सर.
हा.
Yes, sir.
मग त्याच्यानुसार काय होणार, हे थोडेसे चेंज होत राहणार. परंतु येणारं जे काय व्होल्टेज आहे, प्रॅक्टिकली जेवढं आपण व्होल्टेज दिलेलं आहे तेवढं व्होल्टेज म्हणजेच V1 प्लस V2 प्लस V3 हे असलंच पाहिजे, कारण मेन कॅरेक्टरिस्टिकच ती सांगते. मग हे एक्सेस किंवा थोडंसं फार व्होल्टेज ड्रॉप होऊ शकतो, पण that V1 is always equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Means now if you see that this is a series circuit and we have applied all the things to the series circuit. Is it right? समजलं का बघा series circuit?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, have you noted or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can I remove these things? Now let me remove that part here. Remove होई नाही की ठीक आहे, काय हरकत नाही. Now let me consider that another one circuit here. बघा, you can also try to draw along with me. पेन ला पण काय. अरे बापरे. अरे हा मनानच लिहायला लागलाय. Okay, try to draw the diagram. Here I consider that again 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 5 ohm, and let me consider that it's a 20 volts. And what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the total resistance and total current. Is it right? Now, how these three resistors are connected here?
Parallel.
Why?
Common point are connected in between one common point.
One common point असतो का पॅरल मध्ये?
current has different path.
करंट हॅज डिफरंट पाथ. ते एक कंडिशन झाली. अजून फक्त एका कंडिशन वरती कन्क्लुजनला यायचं नाही हा. नाहीतर मी पुढे चला असे डायग्राम ड्रॉ करणार आहे बघा. त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही एक जर कंडिशन अप्लाय केली की तुमचं आन्सर चुकणार आहे बघा. लेट मी क्लिअर दिस थिंग्स. मग त्याच्यासाठी पूर्ण डेफिनेशन तुम्ही व्यवस्थित वाचली पाहिजे. when the one end of these three resistor is connected to one common point. आता इथं कॉमन पॉईंट कोणता आहे हो? हा कॉमन पॉईंट कन्सिडर करा. बघा, हा पॉईंट 2 च्या एका एंडला कनेक्ट झालाय, हाच पॉईंट 3 च्या पण एका एंडला कनेक्ट झालाय, आणि हाच पॉईंट 5 च्या पण एका एंडला कनेक्ट झालेला आहे. म्हणजे हा कॉमन पॉईंट मी कन्सिडर करू शकतो. लेट्स वी कन्सिडर दॅट पॉईंट ए. तसंच हा एक कॉमन पॉईंट आहे. हा कॉमन पॉईंट बी ला पण कनेक्ट झालाय, 2 ओमला पण कनेक्ट झालाय, 3 ओमला पण कनेक्ट झालाय, आणि 5 ओमला पण कनेक्ट. Means one end of these three resistor is connected to one common point and other end is connected to another common point, so that there are so many paths are available to the flow of current. Then we say that this is a parallel circuit. म्हणजे इथं 2 ohm, 3 ohm आणि 5 ohm हे parallel मध्ये connected आहे. Now how you can calculate the total resistance of a parallel circuit? What is the formula? 1 upon R total is equal to 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 5. Is it right? Now, you just, while doing the calculation on the calculator, take the bracket, separate bracket for these terms, because this is a numerator and denominator part is there, and type it as it is. You just take the calculator and type it in bracket 1 by 2 bracket complete plus 1 by 3 bracket complete plus 1 by 5 bracket complete, and give me that 1 upon R total is equal to.
1/.
1/r टोटल म्हणतोय मी.
1.333. 333.
1.334 लिहूया इथं. ओके. आता मला आर टोटल पाहिजे. आता हा जो काय आहे तो रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ टोटल रेजिस्टन्स आहे.
Hello,
बट आय
sir.
वॉन्ट
1.033 येते.
Sir, 1.03 आहे, sir.
काय किती आहे?
033.
1.0333.
बरं इथं 0 ऍड करू का फक्त?
Yes, sir.
हा ओके. But here this is the value of reciprocal of a total resistance. But I want the total resistance of a parallel circuit. Now take the reciprocal of these things. 1/1.0334. Give me that answer. R total is equal to
0.967.
0.968.
0.968 ohm. बरोबर आहे. आता पुन्हा पॅरलल सर्किटची प्रॉपर्टी अप्लाय करा. द टोटल रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ अ पॅरलल सर्किट इज ऑलवेज लेस दॅन द स्मॉलेस्ट रेजिस्टन्स इन दॅट सर्किट. आणि स्मॉलेस्ट रेजिस्टन्स कोणता आहे इथं? 2 ओहम. बघा टोटल रेजिस्टन्स हा त्याच्यापेक्षा लहान आला का? म्हणजे आपली बेसिक प्रॉपर्टी व्हायोलेट झाली नाही. बरोबर आहे. तसंच सिरीज सर्किट मध्ये आपला टोटल रेजिस्टन्स किती होता? 11 ओहम होता. In a series circuit, the total resistance is always greater than the largest resistance present in that circuit. Largest resistance कोणता होता? 5 ओहम होता. त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त आहे. म्हणजे बघा आपण किती जरी केलं तरी त्या प्रॉपर्टी चेंज होत नाहीत आणि त्या चेंज झाल्याच नाहीत पाहिजेत याची काळजी आपण घ्यायची. गेट इट माय पॉइंट. आता इथं आपल्याला आर टोटल मिळाला आहे. तसंच आपल्याला टोटल व्होल्टेज पण माहित आहे. दॅट इज नथिंग बट 20 व्होल्ट. कॅन यू कॅल्क्युलेट द टोटल करंट? I is equal to V divided by R total. टोटल व्होल्टेज किती आहे? 20 व्होल्ट आहे. टोटल रेजिस्टन्स किती आहे? 0.968 आहे. गिव्ह मी दॅट आय.
20.61. 20.661.
एम्पियर. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
ओके. मग आता हा जो काय आय आहे जो पॉझिटिव्ह टर्मिनल मधून बाहेर पडलेला आहे तो आहे 20.661. इज इट राईट? मग हा आय ज्यावेळेस या ए पॉइंट मध्ये गेला की त्याला तिथं त्या ठिकाणी त्या आयला 3 डिफरंट पाथ मिळतात बघा. एक I1, एक I2 आणि एक I3. आता मला त्याच्या व्हॅल्यू काढायच्या. ब्रँच करंट काढायचा आहे. त्याला काय म्हणतोय आपण? ब्रँच करंट. आय वॉन्ट टू कॅल्क्युलेट दॅट ब्रँच करंट I1. हाऊ यू कॅन कॅल्क्युलेट दॅट I1 कॅल्क्युलेट करायचा आहे. मग राहिल्या कोणत्या 2 टर्म? एक रेजिस्टर आणि व्होल्टेज. म्हणजे त्या ब्रँचचा रेजिस्टन्स एक माहित पाहिजे आणि त्या ब्रँचच्या अक्रॉसचं व्होल्टेज पण माहित पाहिजे. मग आता 2 ओहम हा त्याचा रेजिस्टन्स आहे तर त्याच्या अक्रॉस व्होल्टेज किती आहे? बघा कन्फ्यूज होताय तुम्ही.
20 volt.
It's
20
20
ohm.
volts because we know that in a parallel circuit the voltage across any parallel branch is same and here only 20 volt is present. So I can write here V divided by R1 which is equal to 20 divided by 2. So can I say that I1 is equal to 10 ampere. Then I2 I need to calculate. That is nothing but V divided by R2. So 20 divided by 3. So that I2 is equal to 6.6667 ohm. Then I3 is equal to V divided by R3. That is nothing but 20 divided by 5. So that I3 is equal to 4 ampere. And now we know that the basic property of the parallel circuit, let's we try to cross check it. I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So what is the value of I1? 10 plus 6.67 plus 4. So that it becomes
20.67.
20.67.
आला का बघा याच्यापर्यंत? मॅच झाला का करंट तुमचा?
Yes, sir.
It means that these two examples, I just put it in front of you to clear the more your concept about the series and parallel circuit should be more clear about it. Now there should not be any problem related to the series and parallel circuit is there. And now today we stop here, and in the next lecture definitely we will try to solve more numerical. So it's my request. I think as per the timetable I have that the last lecture, is it right? So definitely I try to